Hi, I'm Simin.
And I'm Xuehan.
And we are the artists of Henndrawn. So a lot of people have always asked us, how do you work so well together without a draft? How do you work so well together even though we don't really communicate much? And to be honest, we have no idea. And I thought it would be really fun to show you guys the process of how we encounter a client from start to finish. But today's twist is we're gonna encounter the same client on the same canvas at the same time. And I thought it would be really interesting because I rarely see artists or tattoo artists show their thought processes behind the masterpiece until like the real art piece is born. So we'll start off with illustrating how we work together during the ideation stage, and then we'll move on to drawing on the client proper, and only at the last part we will show you guys what we learned through our partnership together. So if you're only interested in that, you can go right ahead and skip to the end of the video.
So this is what has helped us in the way where we see and work together, which may or may not work for everyone. But we hope you'll be able to take what you need to apply it for yourself, in your craft, anything. So without further ado, let's get into the video! So usually after we receive booking requests from our website, we will obtain the design brief from the client as well as the meaning behind the design. The reason why we ask for the meaning is because we realize a lot of people don't just wake up one day and decide they need a tattoo for fun.
Actually, I feel like there is always a deeper reason behind why people want this particular design at this particular juncture of their life. Because of our background in social work and sociology, I think we place a lot of emphasis on meaning making and wanting to have a purpose in everything that we do, including our art. Through the years on creating on human canvases, we realize we are the most fulfilled when we can co-create with the client.
We not only honor the client's story behind the tattoo, we also infuse both our voices in it as well. So it's sort of become a message that we want to give to our clients after translating their words into a visual. We are actually very unaware of how mind-boggling our partnership looks from the outside, until the people around us kept pointing it out as to like, oh, how do you guys do this without communicating and all. So today we are going to challenge ourselves and take on a client that both of us have never worked with before. Even though she's a friend of ours, we only have the design brief to anchor our ideation process.
Yes! So exciting!
So I've just received our client's brief and here's her request.
Okay.
My request is not super concrete, but I really like Japanese elements like florals, Studio Ghibli characters, and food from Studio Ghibli. And her food from Studio Ghibli is like cats. And then she said, I love anything suit spirits, which is the dust mite, the black cat, the no face from Studio Ghibli. Food, she liked anything, especially the noodles and bread.
Wow, love it.
And the floral, maybe chrysanthemum, but she likes the white range as well. She's not too sure how they will go together nicely, but if there's only one highlight, then she will keep, it's the food.
Wow. Okay, actually that's quite a lot of material to work with. Even though she never tells us why, the meaning behind the things that she wants, but I feel like there is a lot of material for us to work with, enough for us to kind of have our own creative input, yet like have an anchoring and highlight to that design.
So next we are going to assemble our mood board individually, and we will meet back again 15 minutes later.
Wish us luck!
So now we've looked a few references, and we've just shared the board together.
It's my page and your page so different.
So different. It's okay, it's okay. So I feel in terms of her piece, right, there's a bit of definitely the storytelling of her as a person. Like even if she have a real tattoo, I feel she might want something that can kind which I think is a bit like lighthearted, fun, yet elegant.
Okay.
I feel like the flowers might anchor the piece in terms of elegance.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
so too.
Yeah, and then the like the characters itself. But at this point, I'm thinking which one should we? Okay, because you said she wanted the food as the highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very interesting challenge to
Wow.
make it elegant.
Elegant. I was thinking, the bow, right? Like the print on the bow, you can. That's when like we can kind of like infuse our own style to it. Maybe the elegance can come from that. Yeah. She never tell us why she want like chrysanthemums or why food or like why those characters. Yeah, but I think we have an advantage because we kind of know her as a person.
Okay.
That's why we kind of know like her vibes is kind of like that. So she would suit this kind of tattoo. And maybe we can weave a story or something. Like what the suit is doing or like what the suit is carrying. Maybe carrying bread, carrying dumpling.
Oh, I know. Like,
like
okay, the
vase.
bowl can be noodle.
Yeah.
Then the vase can be put the baguette in one.
Yeah.
Then I think that might be sufficient.
So cute.
Oh my god, I love it. I love it!
Yeah.
Then we have one stock of this.
Yeah.
And it's a very long stock.
Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing. Okay. Okay, great. And then I think the noodle can be like here. Because it's the highlight.
I hope you're ready. Initially, we wanted to sketch out our ideas for you guys to see, but we did not because this is our usual way of working and we want to keep it as real as possible. Why we do that is because we want to allow flexibility and openness for the client to add in her own voice when we go through the discussion later with her. This is also something that I've learned during my social work days where we honor everyone's voices as much as we can. So both our voices and our guest voices, just like a Venn diagram, in the middle, the intersections of all our ideas together, and that is something that we love to witness when we co-create.
That means that we often do not know how the end product will look like until the end product is presented in our eyes itself. And I know a lot of artists, they don't really like this uncertainty, especially when they are working directly with a client. But to us, our structure is having no structure.
A lot of people around us didn't really like that.
Yeah, I thought like it was the way to go, but like when we started working with other people, it's a huge bottleneck. But we're just so intuitive when we work together with no structure like that. And this structure is actually a pattern that is recurring throughout all types of collaboration that we're doing, including like business or like when we're doing other art forms, other mediums. We always have no structure, but it has worked perfectly well. And if you would like to see how this structure plays out for today's appointment, just keep on watching.
I think can afford to.
I mean, I think our background, so maybe the bowl could like, I don't know, up to you.
就是小时候是比较像是 like 你想要记得那个样子，你知道？我好像还有 keep 那些 sketchbook，一般都得啊吧。
Oh my god, please, I want to see.
Yeah.
So nice.
所以我小时候每看一集就画一个，所以 in the end 我 accumulate 的 sketchbook 超
Oh my
多。
god.
Wow,
I
I
wanna
want to
see.
see.
Okay, okay.
我也是 like that. Then I started drawing on it last time when I was a kid.
Was it anime? Like, was it anime?
I also drew anime.
Inuyasha, I also remember.
Oh my god. Oh.
我就想笑，可是我不可以动我身体，这样会内伤。
你要笑，你 just 跟我们讲，那我们会听。
Yes.
It's
我的 request on 我的 right arm 是学他的 kitchen。
为什么？谢谢买我。
Okay.
Help the old lady draw faster.
我们两个 O 哈 equally okay.
Grey
是
hair.
个白发，一个黑发。
I know white hair.
没有
我
Henndrawn
艺术发。
Henndrawn is like a old folks home.
Hello. 我们现在在做什么呢？
我们在画哈瓜。
哇，它叫哈瓜哦。
是啊。
哇哦！
真的叫哈瓜。
我现在在被大师画哈瓜。
人体彩绘。
人体彩绘大师。
哇哦，人体彩绘。Yeah, I learned from my other interviews. Oh, right.
You have 4 cats?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god, really? I thought it was very obvious that you can.
Oh, it's that time when you all did the booth. And she thought you like to talk to all the...
Okay. I think done?
Yes.
Yeah! Okay, I'm gonna take a photo for you
Okay.
now and also later. But
So that you can see.
yeah, I'll bring you to the mirror to look at it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So nice.
自夸。
Okay, let's go to the mirror.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited!
Ready?
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Oh my gosh, I love it! Oh my gosh.
Can you spot?
Ah! Yes! Be careful, don't touch it.
Yes, I point like that. I love it!
Oh my
Cat.
gosh.
Don't
You
know.
see? Did you see a baguette?
No face. Yeah, can you spot your baguette?
Oh yes, yes. Oh my
一起插
gosh.
花。
And this is the
Protein.
protein.
对。
Oh, I love it. The details here. Wow. It's so good.
I'm
good.
good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think so too.
I love it.
At first I thought it might be a challenge.
I think the whole process of the both of you working on this is very interesting, and I think I really enjoy the suspense of like not knowing what will come out after this entire process. But it was very cool that like when just listening to the both of you discuss about how the piece will turn out, I think it was very exciting.
And how do you feel being our client for the first time?
It's the best thing ever. I love the both of you, and it was the best time together. I think the process was just so soothing, and when I see the actual piece, it was a very touching moment to see how all my favorite elements come together. And thank you both. I think I don't usually show my arms because like I'm not very secure with like this part of my body, but after seeing the tattoo on it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like look like this every day. Yeah, I really love it. Yeah, it just makes me feel so touched to see that something so beautiful on top. Yeah.
So we hope you guys enjoyed the entire process. And going back to our intention of this video, which is to break down some of the learnings and things we realized that have helped us through this co-creation process. So we hope that you could take this that help you not just in the partnership, but also with client work and collaborations. So there are a few lessons that we have learned from observing what works for both of us. So the very first one is the principle of yes and. So this is actually a principle from improv, where as you can see just now during the process where we were discussing our mood board, whatever I say, she will have like additional things to build on what I say. And the moment she build on another thing, I will go again and build on another point of view or direction. And this building on helps us both to elevate our voices and honor whatever creative inputs that we have. So that is actually a huge thing that happened for both of us. Like what you said throughout, not just co-creating clients' pieces in the business, even new ideas for coming out with this video. It was a lot of building up and helping each other to sharpen our ideas better.
Yeah, we hardly say no to each other.
So the next lesson is that both of us lean on each other's strengths a lot. So for example, Simin's strengths is in portrait, renaissance, and for me, is in fine lines, fluidity, and oriental elements. But that does not mean that we are limited to what we are good at, because we switch around all the time.
Yes, that also means that whenever we sense that each other is struggling, even though maybe they're struggling at their own parts, we would immediately ask each other, check in with each other, and opt to switch. So I can sense when Xuehan is struggling, when like she begins to sigh really loudly, or her body language is just expressing a lot of boredom, and she's doing a lot more slowly, and that's when I know that, you know, we need to switch it up a bit. Yeah, and we always do this because we know that it's not really say we are our weakest link, but more of we are always prioritizing the end goal in mind and also moving forward with the client's requests. So oftentimes that might mean that we need to lean into each other's struggles and provide comfort in order to move forward as a team.
So as we are doing the piece together, we hold lightly of our own work as well. So even in the editing of each other's work, it comes from a place of how we can make this better, instead of, oh, why you edit my work? Why you never like honor my voice? So in Chinese, we always say 以大局为重, where we focus on making it work with the best of our abilities and the outcome of the bigger picture, instead of, you know, all those little small things that perhaps pride, whatnot. So trusting is really very important and fundamental for both of us.
Exactly. You might have realized we had little to no conflict during our discussion and drawing process. And actually this happens all the time. And it's not because we had a fight before and that's why we decided this is our way of working from then onwards. But we have always kind of like agreed that, you know, there is never a point in just plainly disagreeing with each other or fighting without problem solving. And that's just how we work, and it has worked for us for every single collaboration that we have worked on so far.
And for the next point is honoring our flow state, or state of flow. So our only expectation throughout this entire process is that things will always change. And that's why we emphasize so much that holding space for flexibility and changes is really crucial throughout when we are working together. As you can see, like when we are drawing on body canvas, the shape, the proportion of the person when they come is different. So we allow possibilities and openness as well.
Correct. In that sense, we kind of don't have that much attachment to any ideas that we formed before. We don't always have rules. It's always determined by the current stage and what we see in the client, and like really just being present in every single piece that we do, so it's always different. We hope that this video has helped you in any way, or at least it was a little bit entertaining to watch. Tell us in the comment section below anything that you have learned from this video, or any improvement, constructive criticism, or any more topics that you want us to discuss, or like any processes you want to see in the future. We are working really hard to bring you guys more digital content like this, especially educational ones. So feel free to let us know, or like drop us in the DMs if you're too shy to comment. And
Thank you so much. Oops.
And that wraps up this entire video. Finally. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank Rachel for appearing in our video today. Thanks! We hope you like the tattoo. You have no choice anyways. So So see you guys next time. Bye. Done?